Typically, chair yoga has you sitting in a chair and do variations of yoga postures. In this practice, we'll be using a chair, but we won't be sitting on the chair the entire time. We'll be using the chair to open the shoulders, to do some lunges, and to do some standing poses, as well as, of course, some seated poses. So we'll begin standing with a chair that is not upholstered. Come to downward facing dog with your chair by taking your hands right to the edges of the chair seat and walk your feet away from the legs of the chair and release your head. Now, if you're pushing the chair, you're going to slide and fall, so you want to push down on the chair. And if you're concerned about the chair moving, then you should put the back legs against the wall. So you can just allow yourself to become very free and just breathe very easily in through the nose and out through the nose. And now on the next in-breath, look forward, come toward a plank position, just holding the chair. And now come back to downward facing dog. And in downward facing dog, you find this length to the side body. You have the head released. You can start to do some movement. So bend your right knee and lift up your right heel. Straighten your right leg and bend your left. Lift up your left heel. Bend your right knee, lift up the heel. Straighten your right leg, bend the left. Draw your heart a little bit closer toward the earth. You might even feel your ribs touching the tops of the thighs now as you bend your right and straighten the left. As you straighten the right and bend the left. And change, bend the right. Straighten the right leg, bend the left leg. Now come back to a nice easeful posture here in downward facing dog, but lift both heels and just swing your heels over to the right side. So your toes are turning to the left, your heels are to the right. Lift your heels up and turn your heels to the left for a nice stretch to the right side ribs. Come back to the center position. Step your right foot right between the chair legs and come to a lunge. Now as you come to this lunge, it might be a shorter lunge for you. You can always step your left foot back if you wish, but just draw your pelvis down. Just keep a nice, strong pressing down action with your hands on the chair. Now come toward a straight right leg and bow in. And again, bend your right knee, lift your head, open your chest, straighten your right leg and draw it down. And again, bend your right knee, straighten your right leg, and bow down. Step back to downward facing dog on the chair. Come to a plank position again, so lift your heels, come forward, and lower yourself toward the chair. Now lift yourself away from the chair and draw your pelvis back. Step the left foot forward, come to the lunge, and again you can refine the lunge if you want the right foot further back, go ahead. You start in the bent leg lunge, you come to a straight leg version of Parsvottanasana. You're drawing down, both legs are straight. Inhale as you lift up, exhale as you come toward a forward bend. Inhale as you bend the knee. Exhale exhale as you straighten the leg and bow in. Now bend the knee and step the left foot back, downward facing dog. With your feet hip distance apart, lift your heels high, bend your knees. Now try to lift the sit bones higher. From there, release your heels down toward the floor. Again, step your right foot forward. Keep your left hand to the chair seat and take your right hand to your low back. Turn your heart. And open your chest. You can reach your right arm up if you wish. You can take the right arm over your head if you wish. Take your right hand down to the chair seat. Step your right foot back. Step your left foot forward. Keep your right hand on the chair seat. Take your left hand to the low back and twist. If you wish, you can take your left arm up. You can reach it over your head. Release your left hand down. Step back in downward facing dog. This variation of downward facing dog. Reach your right leg back. Bend your right knee and draw in. Reach it out. Draw in. Expand out. Draw in. Reach it out. Release your right foot down. Try the other side. Draw your left knee in. Reach out. Hug in. Reach out. Draw in. Reach out. Release your left foot down. Step your way up to the chair. And place your elbows right on the chair back. With the elbows slightly narrower than shoulder width apart, take your hands in prayer position. Really press the elbows and the upper arms on the chair back. Let your heart just kind of soften down toward the chair and reach your thumbs back toward your shoulders. Keep on pressing very firmly down. Get this nice fullness to the breath, but a fullness to the sides of the ribs, to the back body. And now slowly release your hands back to the chair seat to free your arms. Step back to come to a plank position and modify it to serve yourself. Now draw your pelvis toward the chair seat and open your chest nicely. If you feel like the chair is moving, then you should have the chair against your wall. Now lift up, come back toward downward facing dog, and we'll do that 2 more times. So inhale, come forward toward a plank position. Exhale, drop your pelvis toward the chair seat. Open the chest, bend your elbows just slightly. Now lift your pelvis up and come back. 1 more cycle. Inhale, lift your heels up so you can draw your shoulders forward to a plank position. Draw your pelvis toward the chair seat. Open your chest. Bend your elbows slightly. Now come back to downward facing dog. Walk your feet up to the chair seat and sit in the chair. Sit forward in the chair. Take your hands back and open your chest nicely. After your hands have been weight bearing, you can just kind of free your hands, but keep the shoulder work going by hugging the elbows in toward each other to get the shoulder blades to create this opening in the upper chest. Again, release out of that pose. Let's come to a standing position. And in that standing position, we'll use the chair again. Step so that your right foot is right between the chair leg. Your left foot is back. Take your hand to the chair seat and bend your right knee. You get such a nice opening when you have a little bit more space to do Parsvakonasana. So as you press down to the chair seat with the right knee right over the right ankle, take your left arm up and over to come to nice fullness in the pose. Keep the back leg strong. Straighten the front leg. Keep your hand where it is. And maybe you can come to your fingertips. You find even more fullness. And do the same thing. Just reach your left arm over your head to get this nice fullness in the pose. Inhale, rise up. You can keep your chair where it is and turn yourself around with your left foot right between the chair legs. Lift your arms up and take your left hand down to the chair seat. Your right hand to your waist. Bend the left knee. Have it roughly right over the left ankle. Keep your back leg very strong. Nice openness to the chest. You've got so much openness to the side body when you're using the chair. So use that to draw the head of the right arm bone back and reach your right arm up and over to come to the full pose. Keeping the back leg strong, maybe you can drop a little bit deeper so that the left thigh is almost parallel to the floor. Now straighten the front leg and come to triangle pose. Keep your back leg steady and strong. Keep a nice openness in the heart. And inhale to take yourself up and out of the pose. Exhale and release your hands. Come to sit again in the chair. As you sit on the forward part of the chair, hold on to the back of the chair. Lean back without having the back touch the back of the chair. Lift your feet up and see if you can do a little bit of abdominal engagement by reaching your right toes down and up, and the left toes down and up, and the right toes down and up, and the left toes down and up. Maybe you can even free your hands. Right foot down, left foot down, right foot, and left foot, and right foot, and left foot, and both legs lift up. And now take your feet down. Place your hands right above the knees and inhale. Lift your chest, open up. Exhale, create like a C curve, just looking in toward your heart. Get the back body full. Inhale, heart forward. Take your gaze up. Exhale, draw from the navel back to the spine. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And take yourself back so that the back of the chair supports you nicely. Relax your hands to the tops of the thighs. Draw your attention to the breath. You breathe in. You breathe out long. You breathe in deep. You breathe out long. Then just breathe very freely and naturally. Just observe the ease and the freedom of the breath. In this practice, by using the chair, you get so much more length to the sides of the body as you did the variations in the poses. As you feel the movement of the breath, just notice how that creates so much more inner fullness. Thank you for joining me in the practice. Namaste.